Uh-oh, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My musical warriors, Mr. Maschmeier and Mr. Barry, are with you today in music appreciation class at Westview Middle School. Today is the amazing, the fun, the super musical math. And because it's theory, I'm going to turn it over to my cohort. Take it away, Mr. Barry. Woo-hoo. All right, now we're good. Now we're good.
Okay, so assignment 32, music math. That's exactly what it is. We're going to be adding the values of the notes to come up with an answer. Okay, so let's make sure that we fully understand the notes and the values. So when we talk about a whole, either note or a rest, how many beats is that worth, guys? 4, correct. All the answers are right here. All you got to do is pay attention and just say it as we get to it. So 4, a whole is worth 4 beats. What about a half? Half note or half rest? Half is correct. I'm sorry about that. Someone keeps calling me.
2.
Half is 2, correct. So the next one, quarter note or quarter rest. How many beats? 1 is correct. All right, the next one, which is eighth. Now, we haven't really talked a lot about eighths or 16ths. So an eighth kind of sort of looks like a quarter note, but it has a flag or a tail going along the side. Does everyone see that? Mr. Maschmeier just drew 2 of them, okay? So the value of an eighth, someone tell me how many beats is an eighth worth? A half. Most definitely. So whenever you have one of these by itself, this is what it's going to look like. I'm circling what it should look like when it's one by itself. Okay. Whoops. But whenever they're grouped together, Mr. Maschmeier is actually drawing some. Whenever they're grouped together, let me turn my volume down because this is really loud.
Wow.
Whenever they're grouped together, they're actually attached either at the top or the bottom by this beam or this line here, okay? So whenever they're paired, they should look like this right here. The value does not change. It's still worth 1/2. That would make the first note head 1/2 because there are 2 eighths attached together here. So the first note head would be 1/2, and the second note head would be 1/2, which would make 2 eighths equivalent to 1 beat. Okay. And the last one that we're going to talk about, but you guys actually aren't going to complete or answer any questions related to this type of note or rest, are 16ths. Someone turn their microphone on and tell me what is the value of a 16th?
Come on, Ben. What's the value of a 16th note?
2.
Negative.
It's actually right here. I'm circling it. Whoops.
It's a fraction.
It's
it's hard to see. It's 1/4. Okay. So whenever you have 1/16th by itself, it's equivalent to 1/4 of a beat. Now that 16th closely resembles an eighth. The only difference between the two is an added flag for 16th. Okay. That's the difference between the two visibly. And then looking at the difference between the two rests for an eighth and the 16th. Someone answer this question for me. An eighth rest closely resembles what number? An eighth rest closely resembles what number? Looks like the number 7 to me. That's an easy way to help you guys remember the symbol for the eighth rest. Now, the difference between an eighth and the 16th, the eighth rest and the 16th, is that added line there. Okay, so a 16th has 2 lines where an eighth only has the 1 line. So this right here is what a 16th actually looks like. A 16th rest looks like something like this. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's turn our attention now to the notes and the rest, the actual questions down at the bottom of the page. So let's look at number 1. And actually, I'm going to need participation. So please turn on your microphone and answer these questions. Someone answer, what type of notes do you see for number 1? What type of notes are there? Are we going to be adding?
Quarter.
Very good.
we have 2 quarters. The first one is a quarter. The second one is a quarter. And one more time, what's the value of a quarter note?
1.
So that's just like saying 1 plus 1. So guys, 1 plus 1 is what?
2.
2. Pretty
Right.
easy. Right?
Did
Now
you
let's
know
look at number
I
2.
wrote?
This is probably going to be the trickiest one that you complete out of all of the questions right here, guys. So tell me, what type of notes do we see for number 2?
Eighth, very good.
And one more time, the value of 1/8 is 1/2. So 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. So those are the first 2 eighth notes. And then what's that last note for number 2? Just like it's the same note for number 1, right? What type of note is that?
Yes, quarter note.
Thank you. A quarter note, and we know the value of a quarter note is 1. So number 2, 1 plus 1 equals 2. You want to do one more, Mr. Maschmeier, or?
I'd like to do number 4 just to make sure. Hey guys, have you noticed that as we're doing this, I am writing the number of what that note is worth? That's a real easy way to help you not get confused. So that way you convert the note to a number and then just add the numbers.
So based off of what Mr. Maschmeier is doing, he can literally go through here and start numbering every single quarter and every single eighth note, because we already know that the value of a quarter is 1 beat, and we know that the value of eighths is 1/2 of a beat. So we can go ahead and just start marking this in, just like you see me doing right now, right? Okay, well, let's go ahead. We're going to finish with number 4, and then we're going to let you guys go ahead and complete this assignment. So someone tell me the 2 notes that we're going to be adding for number 4 are what type of notes?
Mike's on and tell us.
Thank you. A half note and a whole note. If we go up here at the top and look at the value for a half note, we know that the value of a half note is worth 2, and the value of a whole note is 4. So those are the 2 counts that I will be adding. 2 beats plus 4 beats equals what number, guys? 6 is correct. All right, so and you will do the same for the rest. Let me say this real quick with the rest. So we know that 2 rests look a lot alike. Just know that if the box is sitting on the line, it is a whole rest. And if the box is hanging from the line, it is a whole rest. Did I say whole rest for sitting on the line?
You did. You meant half.
If the box is sitting on the line, it's a half rest. If the box is hanging from the line, it's a whole rest. Okay?
Half rests look like hats.
All right, guys. Does anyone have any questions for us any questions related to assignment 32?
Yes, no, maybe so.
All right, I'll help you in a second, Miss Payne. Just hold off. I'll work with you individually. All right, so guys,
he said peace out. I say love you guys, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye.